Hey, what's up, guys? Tugi here, back again with what could be the final episode of my undrafted free agent only challenge franchise mode series on NHL 20. Devonator is a long-time viewer on this channel, so when you say this, I certainly don't take offense to it, because I kind of feel the same way. Unfortunately, this series has not gotten out of the starting gates, as frustrating as that is. I think even in NHL 19, as we've talked about before, we would have likely seen some form of improvement and certainly better options out of the free agent class that's there year in and year out, and we just haven't seen it. This season is probably the last that I'm going to run if we don't see any improvement. I do have another series in mind that was going to go after this one that I can fall back to and we're good to go. But obviously I don't want that to happen. Like that would kind of suck for the first series, one of the two first series for NHL 20 to end this prematurely and just really without it, again, getting out of the starting gates at all. Now, the unfortunate thing is that, well, first and foremost, in terms of coaching staff, you would think with this combination, now I get it, the teaching specialty is who helps who develop. We've had a pretty good mix of, what these coaches' specialties are in terms of what players they should help improve and good teaching grades, and we have seen nothing. The only thing I can think of, and I feel like this was mentioned in the comments, and if it was, and I'm sorry, and that I'm not crediting you for it, but the only thing I can think of is perhaps the only way to see improvement is to have, like, every, say these top three here, every single one of them is focused on a defenseman or a forward. So we have three coaches that all have a defensive teaching specialty, and maybe that's going to be our best way. Of course, players can still develop without needing this. Like, you're still, you can still have guys go up or down in potential. It's not 100% based off of the coaching staff, which is why this series has been so frustrating, because we just haven't seen anything. So I can't help but wonder if maybe that would be the way to do it. But my concern with that, when would the cup window work out for us? So we have three defensive specialists. We build up the defense, but then in the time it would take to build up the offense, could we get it so that the defense and offense are on point and at the same level so that we could go to contend? Could we catch up? Or would it be, okay, you built up the defense, let's start focusing on the forwards, and by the time the forwards get there, would the defense be on the decline, and would it just not, would we just not be able to catch up and have it level out? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And it kind of sucks, I gotta be honest. Like, in the AHL this year, we have two forward specialists and a generalist. Like, we should, in theory, be okay. Like, there should be some development from forwards. A generalist and two forward, coaches. There should be some improvement amongst the forwards in the AHL this year, and I just don't know if there will be. So, like I said, this could very well be the last episode, I think. I, already have in mind what I would replace this with, but I'm stubborn, and I really do want this to work out because it was such a fun challenge in Madden, but at this point, I just don't know if it's going to. So, let's see what happens. We will sim through this season as we typically do, but from here, unlike the previous episodes, we're probably just going to stay live with this, I would guess. I mean, we'll see how the team does. We will get to the end of the year, and really the end of the season. I don't expect us to make the playoffs again. Why would we? But if we don't see any form of improvement, we're just going to let it go. We're just going to let it go. We're going to move on, and we'll start anew. Now, we've had series, and there were, no spoilers here, but there were some series for NHL 19 that didn't have a happy ending to it. No real success. Maybe, wow, the Kings fired their coach after 2 games. Maybe it would be nice to get a little bit of the failure out of the way early. That could very well be what we're looking at here. Time will tell. But, yeah, it would still absolutely suck to have to end this, this early on. But, yeah, I mean, we're not going to be a winning team. And I don't know, man. It sucks. That's all I can say. It sucks. I think a lot of people would, I don't know, maybe a lot of people would enjoy it. I think the replacement here would be nice, but it's just intriguing to me to look at the reasons why this failed. And certainly the other option, if we wanted to continue this, would be to start over. I don't know if I necessarily want to do that, but I would have to say, if you were to try this challenge, the way to do it in NHL 20 is to take those guys that were not drafted in real life, get those guys on your team from the start and hope for the best. And a lot of you guys in the comments mentioned that, it's exactly what you had done. But it's kind of rough, man. That's all. It's rough to see. Like I said, what could have been, should have been a fun idea just sputter out. Just nope. You get the horse up to the starting line and the horse just says, I ain't going. And you don't. It goes nowhere. Because screw you, jockey. You don't make the decisions here. I don't know why I just took a shot at horse jockeys, but hey, why not? Why not? So, 11 wins on the year. It's not going to be a very good season for us, but whether or not we have any improvement is the question. So we shall see. If there is even a little bit of improvement, we will go through the next free agent, class. We'll go through this upcoming offseason, and we'll hope for the best. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. That's what sucks. It's like I'm sitting here waiting, hoping that something will happen, but odds are it's not going to. And the same thing that's happened for the past few seasons, we're in 2026 already, the same thing that's happened over the past few seasons will probably happen here yet again, in that we are going to experience soul-crushing depression in that this team will fail to get any improvement whatsoever. But hey, we shall see. So, I don't know, maybe later on down the road in NHL 20 we revisit this. We do pick up the likes of Giordano, players like that. But, I don't know. I'm intrigued to know if it's like, is it bugged? Like, genuinely, is coach development not working as it should at the start of NHL 20? And I say that because if you've played a lot of franchise mode, you'll notice that a lot of younger players, at least for me, a lot of younger players, you get beyond the first couple of seasons and people just stop becoming staff members. Occasionally I'll get a scout, but I'm rarely seeing a head coach. In terms of the franchise mode that we have on the Twitch side of things, obviously, I guess, I don't want to say famously, but, it was the image was picked up by the Steve Dangle podcast, which is hilarious. But when, Phil Kessel became our head coach, after him, I had Giordano as my head coach, and then after Giordano retired, nobody became a head coach. So I can't help but wonder if certain things aren't working properly at the start of 20. And if that's the case, then yeah, maybe we do revisit this and try to prove that, it can be done. It just wasn't meant to be done there. We finished with 40 points this season. In terms of point totals, it's kind of irrelevant. We want to sim to the draft. We'll look at the progress reports once the season is officially over. That's when we're likely to see the most improvement. So we shall see. But I can't say I'm overly hopeful. That's all. It sucks. It sucks so much. But that's okay. It's all right. The Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup. Moment of truth here. Do we have improvement at all? Let's find out. Amongst the goaltenders, they're both still medium fringe. No real overall improvements. We did see overall improvement for Jekimovs, but still, all of them are medium fringe. Defensively, Ranford improved a lot, but he's still at a low 4, and at 24 years old, he's never going to crack an 80. And in the system, I don't think there was any improvement, guys. And we have a coach as a defensive specialist. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. And then amongst the forwards, actually I hit all skaters. Amongst the forwards, like Grachev got better. No potential improvements. I'm pretty sure Prospel was a low 9 to begin with. You have like the likes of Joe Spezza is arguably our top prospect right now. As horrifying as that is, he and Machias, in terms of age and current overall, are the best options. So we're seeing some player improvement, but the issue is we need players to be medium 9 and up if they're going to be undrafted 20-year-olds, if they're ever going to make it. So like Rensfeld, decent. I mean, a low top 6 potential isn't a complete nightmare, but he's such a low overall as an overager that it's just not going to happen. Same with Therafall right there. It's just not going to happen with him. There's no way he's ever going to make it anywhere near an 80 without the improvements. So with that, I think unfortunately we have to wave the white flag on this. Either there's just been horrific luck, either you have to stack the coaching staff to one thing in particular, and again, would you be able to catch up if you focus on defense and then change to the forwards before the defense, starts to decline? I don't know. But with the way we approached it, it just doesn't look like that's possible at this point in time in NHL 20. And if things are working correctly, I don't know if it's possible at all in NHL 20. But guys, I thank you for watching this series, for having an interest in it and supporting the channel. Again, I have a new series in mind that is likely to be up. God, this video is going up on Friday, so likely to be up on Sunday. Obviously, we will have the Patriots and Sharks on Saturday, and then this and the FIFA series that started today will go up on Sunday. So if you have any interest in the FIFA series, guess what? It's Nations United Finland. It didn't work in hockey. Maybe it'll work in FIFA, just like how, the undrafted challenge didn't work in NHL, but it did work in Madden. Go figure. So again, thank you. I love you all. I will see you next time with something new in the similar kind of style. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I mean, you know how I run the channel at this point. We have 2 franchise series. One straightforward. One is not. A bit more gimmicky. And we'll see if this gimmick is able to work in NHL 20, because this one certainly didn't. The Maine Mariners deserved better.